Britain's emergency bikers are the lone rangers of the road. Scything through the most congested traffic in Europe, they're on the front line.
Don't punch me, sir.
In the battle to save and protect lives,
Crushed by the car.
they get help where it's most needed, fast.
This one outside lane at 100 mile an hour.
And the minute they're on scene, we're right there with them. Coming up, a daredevil stunt threatens a young man's wedding.
You okay?
A young mum goes into labour perilously early.
Yeah. Right, you're under arrest.
A prisoner thinks he's above the law.
I'm a free man of the land. That's what I am.
And a driver sparks a huge manhunt.
Yeah, I think we managed to locate the vehicle.
Cornwall, famous for its beaches and a favourite holiday destination. Visitors in the summer double the population to 1 million. Emergency calls to the ambulance service also increase by up to 300 a day.
The coast is a very dangerous place and you need to be aware of the dangers that come with it.
Water sports are always popular here. Surfing, swimming and now coasteering. An adventure activity growing in popularity around the UK's rocky coastline. The daring climb steep cliffs and ravines and plunge into the sea. Cliff jumps range from 3 to 33 feet in height. It's regulated, but accidents can happen. On duty in Newquay, biker paramedic Rob Griffiths.
Sorry, buddy. Hey, guys.
He's been called to help a man on a coasteering stag party. He's jumped 28 feet from a cliff into the sea and now has terrible back pain. This could be serious.
Banged your feet on the bottom, did you?
No. I honestly don't know what happened. So I went under,
Yeah.
came up, it seemed okay, and then a couple of seconds later, it painted me.
Okay.
Instructor Dale was with Matt when it happened.
He realised after about 5 or so seconds that his back started hurting. We went through all the procedure to see how he was, and we decided to treat it as a spinal.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, we're going to get this stuff off you in a sec, and then we'll do full spinal mobilisation.
Rob's worry is a broken spine. He needs to keep Matt perfectly still.
This is an arranged event, so it's normally quite safe. However, when he jumped in the last time, I realised he had quite severe lower back pain. Doesn't recall hitting anything, remembers the whole incident, so it's a bit of a mystery of what he sustained or what's going on, really. So we're just going to play it safe, keep all his neck and his back immobilised until we get him down to the hospital for x-rays.
Every 8 hours in the UK, one person will be paralysed.
So you got sensation in your hands,
Yeah.
sensation in your feet, no shortness of breath?
12% of those are down to sports injuries. Rob can take no chances with Matt.
What we want to do is get some of this stuff off you. We can cut this wetsuit off. Okay. Is that all right? From the neck down. And you say the pain is sort of this level, is it?
Yeah, there.
Okay, sort of lumbar level. I'm just going to start cutting through this, okay. So you're not aware that you hit anything at all?
No.
It's just when you went in the water?
Just after I come up.
After you come up, you realise. You remember the whole thing?
Yeah.
Haven't bumped your head? No. Vision is okay?
Yeah.
Don't feel sick? No.
Matt could have punctured a lung. After listening to his chest, Rob can rule that out. But Matt's got something else on his mind.
He's getting married in 3 weeks.
Get married in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Matt's shaking could be due to shock. Rob tries to distract him.
Is it the stag do, is it? I was going to say don't do it, but my wife might be watching this and I'm going to be in deep trouble, so it's the best thing you'll ever do, all right? You okay on the head there? Yeah, absolutely.
Moving Matt to the ambulance is a critical time. One false move could be life-changing.
And then what we're going to do is going to pop a little collar on you. Then we've got a stretcher called a scoop, which comes in 2 parts. Okay, and we're going to pop you onto that. If I take his head, right, I'm on. You want to just try and get some of this stuff underneath his way. So if you go onto a side grip for me for a minute, just that's it, where you were before, that'd be great. Just keep the weight of his head like that. I'm off. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, right. How's that, Matt?
It's a little tight on the chin.
It's going to be a little bit tight, mate. They're not made to be comfortable, unfortunately.
Matt's neck is secure, but his back is still at risk.
On roll. Ready?
Yep.
Set. Roll.
It's nice and still, Matt. I know it's painful, mate.
A scoop stretcher is used to keep movement to a minimum.
Okay, Matt?
Yeah.
You okay? Matt, do you want some gas and air, or you just want to go with us for a minute?
Okay.
You're okay?
Ready, set, roll.
Lovely.
Ready, set, lower.
Excellent, excellent. Well done, guys. You all right, Matt? Well done, mate. Lift.
Matt will be placed in a vacuum mattress. As air is removed, it shrinks firm around his body, stopping movement and protecting his back on the journey to hospital.
Excellent. You all right, Matt? Better?
Yeah, a bit better.
Bit of a sigh of relief there, mate, isn't it? 28 feet the jump was. Braver than me. There we are. Right, it's packaged. When he gets down into the hospital, obviously be assessed again. Now, roll him on his back and have a feel down all the individual vertebrae in his neck and his back. Okay.
The pain's starting to kick in.
We had a time to think about that pain relief.
I'll try the gas and air.
You're going to try the gas and air, breathe in and out through that. If he has any sort of tenderness on the bones, when they push on them, then he'll be indicated for an X-ray. Where we go from there will be decided from there.
Matt's injuries could be anything from severe bruising to serious spinal cord damage. It's touch and go whether he'll make his wedding in 3 weeks' time. Essex, an August weekend. It's V Festival and 180,000 music lovers are pouring into Chelmsford. Keeping a close eye, biker cop Steve Clements.
The traffic's starting to slow up now because it's getting to near midday, which is where the people are being dropped off with the day tickets. And problem is, people are then stopping to let people out. What we don't want is an accident, because then that's going to delay everything, because we've got to close the road while we sort it out. So the idea is clear way, don't stop.
There's now no stopping for anything but a breakdown or obstruction, unless you want a £30 fine. But some drivers just don't get the message.
It's a clear way all the way along here, stop traffic stopping. Why didn't you go in there and stop?
Oh, my son walked over here and I just literally was passing in some water. Points.
No, it's not endorsable fine. It's a £30 fine for stopping on a clear way.
And my son just rang me and said he's out.
If he's there, do you do everything he says?
I just saw him here and I thought this is the driveway.
Okay, but you've actually stopped in the road, haven't you?
Then another one.
I thought this is where you're meant to stop. When you're not
Where does it say drop-off point? Where does it say drop-off point? It's down there.
I've just driven past it.
Great big neon sign says drop-off point B.
Unbelievable. Yeah, but people obviously don't know, mate.
They do. Highway code says.
Yeah, but you can't see it. Look how big it is.
There's one there. There's three there. There's two here. You park next to one. Look.
Yeah, but you can't see it, mate.
And yet another one.
Morning, sir. You've stopped on a clear way. Clearly signed by these signs saying clear way. It is not a drop-off point.
But being a biker cop isn't just about doling out tickets. Clem has to be ready for anything. And a call's just come in from Festival Security. On his BMW R1200 RT, Clem's on scene in just seconds. A young drunk man has been kicked off the site.
Are you supposed to be on the site? Because you've got no band on. Yeah? Did you have a band, did you? Did you have a wristband for giving you access to the site? Did you have a ticket? Yeah. Yeah? Why are you refusing details? Do you know where you're going to end up if you refuse details? You're going to end up in custody, aren't you? So the civil will just not give you his name. Are you wanted then? No. You're not wanted? What's your name? You're in trouble with any police. So why refuse details?
Well, refusing details.
We just need to check you to make sure you're okay so we can find out. Are you local? Are you from Chelmsford?
What's happened here?
You're drunk, you've been asked to leave, you're in somebody else's tent where you're not supposed to be. Right, you're under arrest. Right, don't you so. There you are, mate. You're not going anywhere. You're now under arrest.
Change of plan, he's been arrested, been drunk and disorderly. Can we have a
you do not have to say anything. So you may harm your face. Do not make me question.
I'm a free man of the land. That's what I am. I'm a free man of the land. Get off me now. You're assaulting me. You're assaulting me. You're assaulting me. Get off me. I'm a free man of the land, mate.
A free man of the land believes he's not governed by the state's laws. Clem thinks differently.
I'm pretty sure what you're saying. But you're not at the moment because you're under arrest.
No, I'm not. I'm not a person, right? I'm not registered to be the person that you're saying I am. I'm not that person, right? Hey! Assault! Assault! Hey! Hey!
We were called here for you to check on your welfare. Don't start. Don't try and headbutt. At the moment, it's just drunk disorder. If you try to injure an officer, you're going to be arrested for assault.
I'm not trying to injure an officer. Get
try
over this.
headbutting my colleague. Have you taken drugs today?
Have
you had some drugs today?
No, we haven't.
Right,
Just
okay.
give me something to lean against.
Have you had something to drink today?
Yeah, but mate, I can't remember what's been happening here. I have to walk outside. I don't want you to me that.
We're worried about you.
Listen, killing me, lads. On site in the cuffs now.
You haven't got any idea.
On site in the cuffs now. No, I haven't, right? But you know who I am. Just let me.
We don't know whether you're legally allowed to be on the site.
Oh my God. So I'm taking use of course over this. Taking use of course over it.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, no way. I'm saying, yeah, I know I've got that, right? I've got evidence, lad. That's what I've got.
I didn't think 3 men had agreed with courts.
Clem's getting nowhere fast.
If you're being reasonable, what's your name?
I'm not registered to be that person. I'm a free man of the land.
What do you mean by, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean by you're not registered to be that person?
Don't agree with authority of courts and so on.
So if he's been christened, he doesn't agree with that name he was given, that sort of thing? Oh, right.
So I'm not sure how he's going to take to court if he doesn't agree in the authority of court.
Well, when they put him on live, we'll find out who he is.
We tried to talk to you nicely, haven't we?
No, you haven't. Not one
and
bit.
all you were doing was being abusive towards me.
No, you haven't one bit.
All right, OK. All I asked was your name.
Look at the lock where you got.
Due to his condition and his own safety, he is drunk. He was going to run into the road, so I had to prevent that because obviously I don't want him getting run over and injured, so I've arrested him for being drunk and disorderly. And as you can see, we're quite concerned. He's quite abusive, not violent now because we've got him strapped up with a leg restraint. So we're just waiting for the prison van now to take him back to custody.
The man was kept in custody overnight and later fined £80 for being drunk and disorderly. He did not go to court. Over the festival weekend, police issued 371 fixed penalty notices for traffic offences and fines of almost £19,000. Clem was happy being on the outside of the fence.
I don't think I've ever been to a festival. That's more the fact that I'm a bit of a Scrooge. I'm not going to pay that amount of money to go and watch music. I do love music, but I don't see why I should pay that much to go and watch it.
Cornwall. An overcast morning. On patrol, biker paramedic Ian Hooper. A 999's just come through. A woman's gone into labour 3 months early. Ian needs to get there fast. He arrives in 5 minutes, first on scene. He finds Gemma in a lot of pain. She's only 27 weeks pregnant. If she goes into labour 13 weeks early, it could be serious. The baby could have breathing, heart or brain problems.
And what time did these pains start?
I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning.
Gemma came round to her mother-in-law's house this morning in a panic. And the family are very anxious.
When she came round today, she was in a lot of pain and all, and her back, and she was doubling over in pain with her stomach and a bit of her back as well. As long as the baby's healthy and the mother's fine, then that's all I'm worried about.
This is Gemma's 4th pregnancy, and not the first that's proved difficult. She had a brain hemorrhage during one birth.
I had what I thought was a show about a week ago, but I've always had a show around this time.
What did it look like? What was it like?
Like a bloody mucusy, stringy kind of discharge type thing.
A show usually happens prior to giving birth. During pregnancy, a mucus plug grows and covers the mother's cervix. It seals off the uterus, protecting the baby from germs and infection. The plug loosens and falls out as the cervix softens for labour.
When you get the pains, you can start to do. If you feel them coming on, you can start to use this. They're obviously not. They're coming and going. They're not lasting too long, are they? So if you can wait off a little bit, it might be a bit better for you.
Yeah. Oh.
There's no doubt Gemma is in premature labour. Babies born at 26 weeks only have a 75% chance of surviving. At 27 weeks, Gemma's baby's chances are better, but only just. Ian needs to keep everyone calm, and he must find out why she's having contractions so early. He needs to run through a series of checks.
Any trouble with your blood sugar or anything during your pregnancies? No. It's all fine, is it? I'll just double check that, if that's all right.
High blood pressure could indicate preeclampsia. a rare but dangerous condition, which could prove fatal to mother and child.
That's fine. It's not high and it's not low. It's just in the middle, so we haven't got any concerns there.
Next, Ian checks Gemma's blood sugar levels. A high reading might mean gestational diabetes, which carries a risk of miscarriage.
The pretty thing, such a good shape.
Is that all okay?
That's all fine. I just wondered whether your blood sugar's up high with you. Pregnancy. In your hip.
Finally, Ian takes Gemma's temperature. A fever could point to an infection, which can cause premature labour.
You haven't got a high temperature, so that's good news.
But Gemma's contractions are becoming more painful. All her worried partner Ben can do is comfort and support her.
God, they seem to be like after.
Are you allergic to anything?
Penicillin.
What happens if you take penicillin? Do you come with a rash?
No, I go to anaphylaxis.
Anaphylaxis is a serious and rapid allergic reaction, which can be life-threatening. The ambulance crew arrives.
This is Gemma, she's 22. Back pain last night, since 8 o'clock this morning, has been having some labour pains. They're getting stronger. They're about 1 in 4 initially, and they're probably 1 in 2 now. She's offered the antibiotics, but is just waiting until they get a bit worse. She's between contractions. She's happy to walk out.
Gemma's contractions are now coming every 2 minutes, and each are lasting a minute.
Yeah. All right. The hope is that things will settle down rather than she continues, really. If she does, then, they'll cope with it as necessary.
Gemma's now on her way to hospital, unsure of what she and her unborn baby face. Essex, noon, and the biker cops are out in force looking for dodgy drivers and vehicles. In charge, Sergeant Nick Edwards. Trucks make up less than 2% of road traffic, but are involved in 18% of fatal crashes. The biker cops are cracking down. Nick and the team start pulling vehicles into their checking station. There's one in particular that's caught their attention.
As you can see there, it's a bit like a Russian doll. We've got a truck in a truck in a truck. To make it really funny, there's probably toy trucks and the little one on top as well. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That one's a problem to me. Is that the rear? Yeah, no, the overall weight is 16.42% overweight.
It's been on the weighbridge and it's 1,300 kilos overweight, so obviously over a tonne.
Overloading on this scale makes the truck a potential death trap. It'll be difficult to control, stop, and increases the risk of a tyre blowout. To make matters worse, there's confusion over his driving hours. Tired drivers cause a quarter of all serious and fatal accidents. He won't be prosecuted, but he'll be forced to take a break.
They can't go any further from here because a prohibition will be put on it, but it may be a case of just empty. I don't know what's in that truck at the top there, so that could be emptied itself. That might be over a tonne of stuff in there. It's actually destined for export to Nigeria. It might be callous, but that's not our problem. Our problem's now resolved because we've got it off the road. If we let this travel any further and a collision occurred or injuries, then, I'd hate to even guess what could happen.
Nick checks out the contents of the top truck. If he can offload the cargo, the driver might be able to carry on after his enforced rest.
No, it looks like there's kids' bikes and all sorts of stuff in there, but certainly not significant weight. He's going to have to make a decision, I think. If you look at the springs on this axle here, the way we describe it is happy springs, sad springs. If they're that way in a smiley face, generally the truck's okay. Sad springs, when they're starting bending that way, we're looking at potential overweight. So if you look at these, they're straight and on the verge of going into an unsmiley face. So that one, I would suggest, is going to be overweight. We can see the deflation on here. I don't know what the pressure is in the tyre, but that's telling me that truck's overweight as it is. So even if that does come off, does get insured and could drive, I think it's going to be overweight with what's on there. So it's probably not the option. The only option he's got is turning up with a bigger recovery and getting this high-add off onto the next truck.
The problems seem insurmountable, But the driver seems to be full of bright ideas.
We're going to take that top one off,
Yep.
put it on the bed,
Yep.
put that bottom one on its bed.
What he means is that he'll take the truck in the truck and place it on his truck. Then he'll tow the larger white pickup truck, thus spreading the load and being legal. Simple. A cunning plan that might just work.
Very unhappy Springs.
So with the trucks off the trailer, the small truck within a truck has to be manoeuvred back onto the flatbed. And with no wheels, it's going to be noisy.
It's obviously had a bit of a hard life, that truck. It's finished its life over here. It was destined for a new life abroad, and I think probably in a few years it will still be on the road.
Just the white pickup now to get ready for towing. Sergeant Nick can't help admire the driver's ingenuity.
The solution that he's come up with now, it's a shame really that he hadn't thought about that in the first place, because if he'd had done, he wouldn't be looking at £400 worth of fine and the inevitable delay he's had while he's waiting here and all this hassle. He could have done that from the start and that would have been that. I think the tyres have breathed a sigh of relief, the amount of weight you've taken off them. And the springs. He'll be permitted on his way once he's had his ticket. We'll make its journey to Tilbury, its intended destination, and then on its way to Nigeria.
He was fined £200 for being overweight and £200 for incomplete paperwork. He was allowed on his way after a half-hour break. Cornwall. The county's enjoying the seasonal influx of tourists. But for one family, their holiday is turning into a nightmare. Biker paramedic Rob Griffiths has had another call, this time to the Flynn family. 16-year-old Josh has become ill on the long drive down from Hull. He suffers from type 1 diabetes and is unable to make the insulin which controls blood sugar. Rob must work fast. Josh is listless and uncommunicative. His blood sugar could be going haywire. He could be on the verge of a diabetic coma.
How much water have you been drinking today? 4 bottles, so a fair amount of water today.
The family have never seen him this bad.
Good man, I don't even know you're feeling poorly.
I just didn't want to do out. We got out of the car and went to book in. We come outside and he was like laid on the grass. It looks like he didn't have much energy. Didn't look very well at all. Every time we do go on long journeys in the car, he only vomited like 1 or twice. But then when he was doing it 6 or 7 times, and we got down here and he just wanted to lay down. That's when we started getting a bit concerned.
They changed his insulin.
When did they change his insulin?
They changed his insulin about a year ago.
Okay, but no recent changes.
And since he's been on that, it's been a lot better.
So for the last year, he's been well controlled.
Yeah, and he's been diabetic since he was 7.
So normally when they go high, he runs around and takes it.
It's only been high a few times, but it usually comes straight back down.
Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do to bring them down. The only place you're going to get that treatment is at the hospital, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You take insulin every time you eat?
Yeah, but
But you haven't eaten, so you haven't taken much insulin today?
Type 1 diabetes is a lifelong condition with no cure. 250,000 people in the UK have it. Without insulin injections, Josh would die.
He's had some food and obviously taken insulin to counteract and keep his sugars within the normal realms. He started getting travel sick soon after. Since he's been sick, he's not wanted to eat and therefore not taken any insulin, and therefore his blood sugars have been creeping up during the day. Now they're reading high on both our monitors, and their monitor would kind of go up to 39, and it's reading over the top of that. It's coming up as high on our monitor as well.
Josh's blood sugar normally reads 10. Right now it's so high it's off the scale. More than 3 times its normal level.
The situation is we're typically busy, Cornish sunny day. Crew's very busy at the moment, so we'll have a little bit of a wait and we'll wait here with Josh until they arrive.
Untreated, Josh's body could soon start breaking down body fat for fuel. Acid levels would build in his blood. It can be fatal.
So how long are you down for, guys?
A week.
A week. That's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
With 7 kids and mum pregnant, this is a much-needed family holiday. It started badly, and it's getting worse.
Mummy's got a bucket.
You got a bucket? I think he wants to vomit. Yeah, mate.
Continued vomiting makes blood sugar even more erratic, and Rob discovers Josh's pulse is racing. It's another sign of sky-high blood sugar. Josh is going downhill. He needs to get to hospital fast.
Don't know whether we can give this a priority 1. The little kid's tacky at 132. I'm not overly happy to wait, if at all possible.
Roger, that's understood.
It's an anxious wait for the ambulance. Rob has to keep the family calm.
So it's going to be 10 minutes tops, and they'll be here. Then we'll do a comprehensive heart trace anyway as part of our treatment.
I think they're coming in 10 minutes, so I'll get you there and get you sorted out.
So he's going to be all right? No need to worry. Okay. Or you don't need to worry either.
An ambulance is soon on scene.
You going to take a few steps with me?
That's brilliant. Oh, that's
Good man. I'm going to stand beside you. All right?
Josh, how are you doing?
This is Becky. Becky's going to be looking after you.
Come on.
All right.
Josh is hooked up to a heart monitor and will be rushed to hospital to get the care he needs.
Josh will go down to the A&E department in Truro there. He'll be seen by the paediatric team. See you later, mate. Hope you get out of hospital very soon and enjoy the rest of your holiday. All right. Take it steady, buddy. Thanks a lot. Cheers, no problem. My pleasure. Cheers. Take care. He'll have some treatment and hopefully he'll make a quick recovery.
North Yorkshire, race day at Oliver's Mount racetrack near Scarborough. Big crowds are here to watch the racing, and making sure they get home safely is Biker Sergeant Sean Gray. The crowds of racegoers are riding home sensibly, but Sean is about to get more than he bargained for. He spots a blue 4x4. The driver's not wearing a seatbelt. It pulls into the local garage, and Sean moves in to intercept. But he soon discovers the driver's in no mood for a chat. He makes a break for it. Sean heads off in pursuit. This car will never outrun a police bike, but Sean can't force him to stop. One nudge would throw him from his bike.
Do you want to take over, mate? This one's not going to stop.
He calls for car backup.
Check the car, please, urgent.
The driver realises he can't shake off Sean. He goes off-road.
Stand by, stand by. Vehicle going off-road. Vehicle off-road. I'm unable to continue.
The ground is too rough for Sean to follow, and he has to go the long way round in a bid to intercept.
It's west, but in 2 fields to our left. It's a blue Mitsubishi, the short wheelbase Mitsubishi.
But when he reaches the far side of the field, there's no sign of the car.
Excuse me? Why have you been up here? You haven't seen a blue 4x4 type vehicle come round, have you?
It might not have come out anyway, Sean. It might be just hidden.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
If it's still in the trees.
We could have gone into that big copse of trees.
The Cleveland police helicopter has been scrambled to join the manhunt.
India 5-5.
5-5, yes, received. We're just coming over site now, over.
It's equipped with high-power cameras and thermal imaging, a real eye in the sky.
If they see anything, then we can converge on that area.
We've got PNC back. There is no current keeper and there's no insurance held.
No current keeper, no insurance on the vehicle that's just made off.
5-5 to the bikes and the car on the tail of the aircraft. You keep on coming along that road. The tracks go into these woods, so we're just having a look with the thermal camera in the woods now. But
Sean is joined by 3 other patrol cars in surrounding the woods. A dog unit is also on its way.
40 is the opposite side of the wood where you are.
After a detailed search, success.
40. Yeah, I think we've managed to locate the vehicle in the plantation. Certainly a blue vehicle in the dense undergrowth.
The officers close in on its location.
5-5's a traffic car. Got you on the track now. There's a bike section officer coming up behind you as well. The vehicle's between the 2 traffic units now. We're just trying to have a look for any persons within the wood.
Yeah, I'm just walking into the woodland now.
Sean waits on lookout for any escaping suspects, while other officers close in.
Once I'm taken, confirm we're with the vehicle now. Confirm there's nobody in it. Keys are in the ignition. Right, it looks like they've possibly lost it on a bend and gone into the trees.
So that's the correct vehicle, it's just the occupants we've got to find now. The reason why they made off and they've dumped it in the middle of a wood. It could be, are they wanted, are they committed another offence somewhere else, as you know, they've been burglaring or something. So it just seems a bit extreme.
Whoever was in the car has made off on foot or is hiding nearby. The dog unit and the helicopter continue the search while Sean helps recover the car.
From there, just lost it on the right-hand bend and gone straight on.
Oh dear, yeah. That's it, they've been lucky, haven't they? They've been lucky.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Look at that one. Oh.
The car will be taken to the clean lab, where the forensic team will look for evidence.
Airbag, that's not deployed either, is it? That's unfortunately.
If the airbag had deployed, it could have had samples of the driver's hair, clothing and DNA on its surface.
If it goes in, it's got to come out, hasn't it?
The car is out, but there's still no sign of the driver or any passengers.
CSI will come and examine it, see if there's anything in there particular. There'll be inquiries in relation to any items which are found in the vehicle. Tax disc, it's been taxed locally. There'll be some inquiries in relation to who's paid for that. Any video evidence we've got, we'll have a look at that, download that, get that to the local officers, see if they recognise the driver or passenger, and take it from there.
A man was brought in and interviewed about the suspected theft of this car and others, and was subsequently bailed. No charges have been brought. Cornwall, late afternoon. And biker paramedic Ian Hooper's on his way to a woman who slipped on concrete. She's badly hurt. Falls claim the lives of 69 people every week. Ian soon finds the woman's home. He's first on scene. The woman has been helped up and managed to limp indoors.
Hello, can I come in? Hello, Lily. Hello, my name's Ian. What can I call you?
Brenda.
Brenda, what's happened?
I went down just to have a look at the water meter and slipped on the moss at the bottom of the gate there. And
Okay.
I did the splits and then fell backwards.
No. And what's hurting now?
Here, all my groin is hurting. This knee has got the most excruciating pain, but I'm sure I didn't land on it.
Okay.
And this arm is, believe it or not, this arm is painful, which is
Do you think
ridiculous. I don't know what I did, to be honest with you. I was all right sitting, but I've just got up to go to the loo, and I think that's sort of
So
started
try and
all
stand
off
up
again.
as...
Yeah.
You weren't able to stand up?
Not very well at all, no.
Okay. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give you some of this gas and air. Okay, that'll help ease the pain initially.
Right.
And then we'll have a little see and see what we're going to do.
Okay.
All right.
Brenda's very shaken. And the big worry is possible damage to her back or neck. Both must be checked.
Let's have a little feel. You keep tugging on that gas.
Ian examines each vertebrae in Brenda's spine. Her back is fine. He now checks her painful elbow.
Okay, got a little bruise on your elbow, but give me a squeeze for a minute. Give me a squeeze. That's it. Just bend your elbow up like that. Okay. All right, turn your wrist over like that for me. That's it.
That's sore, but I think it's...
Yeah, I don't think it's just...
Brenda's husband came home to find her in agony.
Did you help her in then, sir?
No, I was at work. She said that she'd just fallen out and the neighbour was with her.
Okay.
Ian moves on to the source of Brenda's worst pain, her left knee.
It's extremely painful.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain you can imagine, how bad is it?
At the moment, it feels like a 10, but I'm a wuss.
Okay.
But the pain in my knee is really bad.
Okay.
And let me have a little quick feel of this knee.
You know it.
Falls account for more than half of all accidents in the home.
Is that hurting in here?
Brenda may have torn and ruptured any of the 4 ligaments in her knee.
Any pain in the back here? In the back of your knee?
No.
It's all in the front here. Just in the front. Okay. All right. Keep taking that gas on me, sweetheart. All right. Obviously, we're going to need to get you a little X-ray. We'll get you a little ambulance on the way. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to put this leg in a splint. Okay. Keep it still, and then we'll get you out.
Ian wants to keep Brenda's pain at bay. She'll need morphine, but there are other steps he can take first.
Have you taken any paracetamol or anything yet?
I haven't, no.
No. Okay. All right.
Paracetamol fights pain over a long period. Ibuprofen will also combat the swelling of Brenda's knee.
That's good. You just seem to be sort of easing down a little bit.
It does. It does.
Fellow paramedic Steve has arrived and prepares a vacuum splint to immobilise Brenda's leg.
We just want to hold this knee still.
It's excruciatingly painful, but...
Okay. Let's put that around there. That's it. There we go. And that gives me a bit on the foot as well.
A damaged joint needs to be kept still to prevent further injury. The splint will stop any movement until Brenda can be examined at hospital. An ambulance arrives to take her there.
Hello, John. All right. This is Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
Brenda, this is John.
All right.
Should we put the chair next to her? Let me come the other side of you a minute.
Getting Brenda to the ambulance will be a tricky and painful manoeuvre.
You're going to push down on me. You know, sort of like push down on me.
Yeah.
And use your hand to push down on... Yeah. And then just push across. And we'll do it in stages. That's it.
Oh.
That's halfway there. We'll do that again.
Oh.
That's it.
Just try. It's not a very big seat, as you know, but just try and get yourself fairly square on it.
Chris has got your bad leg. Get yourself right in the middle of that. Yeah, there's a bar underneath your foot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Got it?
I think so, I felt.
I think you have got it.
Brenda will need x-rays to rule out broken bones and further scans to assess the extent of any ligament damage.
That's it.
The crew have to carry Brenda over the slippery path that caused her fall.
Brenda, just relax, lovely. Yeah, this is what you went down on, isn't it?
Brenda's road to recovery could be a long one. A torn ligament may need surgery and can take up to a year to heal. North Yorkshire. 3,500 square miles of towns, cities and rural paradise. It's the largest police patch in England. On patrol in the countryside near Scarborough, biker cop Martin Smith. Smithy spots a young driver at the wheel of a high-powered convertible. He's not wearing his seatbelt. Smithy's off in pursuit, and the Blues soon bring the driver to a halt. This isn't the driver's first brush with the law.
Want me documents? Oh, yeah. I ain't got no licence because I got done for being on phone today. I've got the bit in me.
Right. The first question stopping is why you have seatbelt on?
No, I just don't worry about from work, mate.
What do you do for a living?
Electrician.
Electrician. So it's a bad habit, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
A bad habit that's responsible for 400 deaths in the UK each year.
I've literally just got in the car 5 minutes ago.
While Smithy checks the documents, backups arrived, and fellow cop Ken doesn't like the look of the rear tyres.
Yeah, the bad. That one is, I can see from here.
What are you meant to have? Is it 1.6 mil?
1.6 mil over the central 75%.
Minimum legal tread depth is 1.6 millimetres. Anything less than that, and it's a ticket.
Those grooves are not going to make 1.6, but you haven't got any in the middle. There's nothing there. That's me getting banned then.
Why, what's up with you now? You got a few points?
9 points. Oh, hell.
Every illegal tyre carries 3 penalty points. This driver now has 12, which means a court hearing, a fine, and probably a ban.
So where's your other points from then?
Speeding.
Are they all under 3-year-old?
Yeah, they will be, yeah.
At least on a positive note, you haven't lost control of it, hit someone and you're finding out you're not insured?
No, but I can't get to work.
Right.
Prosecutions for dodgy tyres are on the increase, at around 10,500 a year. and they account for 2/3 of vehicle defects known as life stoppers. A ban for this driver could be life-changing.
Yeah, call the hill line. Where I live, it's well out of the way. You can't get anywhere without a car. Nearest shop's about 2 miles away. End of, isn't it? No money, no car for a while, I assume. That's it. I'll have to get a job in a shop or something stupid like that. It is my fault. I should have checked, but bad luck as well.
Smithy has some sympathy and court advice for the driver.
Take the legal representation. You might say, well, it's my fault, I've done it, but what the hell do I do about my licence because it's my job?
Yeah.
Society does not want you out of work. It's up to you to make that representation.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't mean to say you haven't done it. We know you've done it. But don't just sit there and let it pass you over. But I will be quite honest about it. Even if that happened, don't let this happen again.
No.
You don't get two throws at things.
Yeah.
Nobody does. All right?
All right.
All right. See you later. You can't help feeling a little bit of compassion for him, because I wouldn't particularly want to see him lose his job, because they're hard to come by, and I think youngsters are struggling to get positions and posts now. But in the same vein, he's everybody else's nightmare if he gets it wrong. And if he has a crash because his tyres touch water on this side and he skids around and hits something, where's he going to go with no seatbelt on? So, disaster waiting to happen, really. There you go.
The current seatbelt laws have been in force for 29 years. Since then, one life would have been saved every day if everybody wore a seatbelt. This driver's prosecution is still pending. Brenda had x-rays on her knee at hospital. She hadn't broken a bone, but had torn ligaments in her groin. She went home that day on crutches and strong painkillers. Teenager Josh was in intensive care for 24 hours, but managed to join his family for the rest of their holiday. Matt's Coasteering stag party landed him with a fractured back. After surgery to insert metal rods, and with the help of heavy doses of painkillers, he made it down the aisle 3 weeks later to marry Chantal. And there was good news for Ian, who had a special visit to make. Gemma went into labour 3 months early, but baby Jacob arrived safely and healthy, weighing 2 pounds 6 ounces.
He had quite a few ups and downs whilst he was in there. So he was taken down to neonatal, put onto a ventilator for 5 days.
Yeah.
But he had to have, I think, 5 blood transfusions. They said that we were very lucky that we got there when we did. Yeah. But no, he's a little fighter now.
Oh, great.
Oh, that was lovely. That's really nice. It's something, it's something we don't often do, is to get to meet people after.
So has it made Ian broody?
No, I've done my bit. I've had my 3, and they're plenty enough. Thank you very much.
Next time on Emergency Bikers, a stop and search escalates.
Stop struggling and lay on the floor.
A tourist takes a dramatic wrong turn.
The hen has been crushed by the car.
And in Cornwall, paramedics deal with a street fight.
You're 14 years old, mate. You've been assaulted by a group of lads.
Is this in here?